Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in this evening, welcome to the Waltham Chase virtual pub quiz. Hope you have all had a wonderful week. Nice to see you again. Quiz will be kicking off in around about 20 minutes' time. So yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in this evening, a very, very good evening to you, and welcome to Waltham Chase virtual pub quiz number 15. We'll be kicking off in around about 20 minutes' time. Obviously, if you are in chat, you are more than welcome to come in and say hello. Say hello. I can see all your messages. Why not? Say hello while you're here. But yes, very good evening to you. The quiz will be starting in around about 15 minutes' time. Hello, Uncle Jim. Very good evening to you. Hope you and the family are well. It's nice to see. Obviously, if you are in the quiz this evening, you do have the live chat function. You're more than welcome to say hello. This is live. I can see all your messages. So please do pop in and say hello. And hello to the Ford family. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we have about 10 minutes until we kick off this week's virtual pub quiz. Hellos to the Ford and hellos to the Gibbons. Thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening so far. Obviously, if you are joining us this evening live, you're more than welcome to post a message in the chat box. Say hello to everyone. Say hi. We're all here. We can read you. It's live. This week's pub quiz is kicking off in about 10 minutes' time. The Curtis is good evening, and it's hi from Ken and Margaret up the road. You mean the other side of the wall, but it's good enough. I know what you mean. Yeah, very good evening to you all. This week's virtual pub quiz starting off in about... Oh, and we got the tub balls in. Jacob, very good evening to you and the family. Hope you are all well. Yeah, 10 minutes and we'll be kicking off this week's virtual pub quiz. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, if you are just tuning in this evening, a very, very good evening to you. Welcome to the Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz. Week number 15. Blimey, week number 15. 15 times 7 is 105. 105, yeah. 105 days of virtual pub quizzing. Obviously, if you do want to say hello, you're more than welcome to pop a message in the YouTube chat box. We are live. I can read all the messages that you are sending in. So please do send a message. Do say hello to me and, more importantly, the community. We will be kicking off in around about 8 minutes' time. So, yes indeed, ladies and gentlemen, we have around about 5 minutes until we're going to kick off this week's virtual pub quiz. I hope you are all well, and thank you very much indeed for joining in once again. Week number 15. 105 days of doing pub quizzes. Welcome aboard, everyone. It's very nice to have you here, as always. Yeah, we're going to be kicking off in around about 5 minutes' time. Obviously, if you are tuning in, you're more than welcome to say hello in the YouTube chat box. I can see your messages. You can say hello. I will say hi back. And I will stay with you now for the next 5 minutes. Just to make sure everyone gets in, gets comfy, gets ready. The Morgans are in. Hello. Ah, you're here early this time. Excellent. Well, that means you've got a good seat then. Because the late ones generally never get a good seat. I don't know why. No, nice to have you here. So if you are just tuning in, you're more than welcome to say hello or just pop me a message in the chat and say hello. Hey, Ab and Charlotte here. Nice to have you here. And the lights are here. Good evening to you. See now everyone starts rushing in. Susan, you got your seat early. Oh, you're very comfy. Excellent. So you must have got one of the good seats. That's what we like to hear. To be fair, there's still plenty of comfy seats available. Still plenty of comfy seats. In fact, I think all seats are comfy at the Waltham Chase Pub Quiz. Hello from the Tizzards. Mark's watching the footy. Julie, drag him away from that rubbish. Get him on the pub quiz. Come on. I can keep you updated on the scores. You don't need to be watching it. But to be fair, Southampton are winning, so... 1-0 actually. They're leading 1-0. For those Saints supporters, yes. Southampton are leading 1-0 against Manchester City. But it is currently half time, so you all should be tuning into the Waltham Chase virtual pub quiz. But I won't go into it. Obviously, if you are just tuning in, a very, very, very good evening to you. You're more than welcome to say hello in the YouTube chat box. Say hello. You're also welcome to press that little thumbs up button below the live video you're currently watching. The other one we don't use, that thumbs other way button. We don't use that, if that's okay. Just use the thumbs up button. Anyway, we'll be kicking off in around about 3.5 minutes time. But as usual, nice to have you all here. But yeah, this button here, you're more than welcome to press like. You're more than welcome. And to the Tuckers, very good evening to you as well. Nice to have you on board. Oh, we're not very busy this week. I'm expecting the pub's opening has caused a bit of a disturbance in the force, as it were. And the Elliots are in. Very good evening to you. Very good evening to you. And the Moore fam are in. Good evening to you. 2 minutes to go now until we kick off with this week's Waltham Chase virtual pub quiz. And the Watsons are in. Very good evening to you. There's that one family where I know they're waiting to come in, and I've got my finger on the pulse ready to welcome them in. Maybe the football being on, yeah, I know, Southampton versus Man City. Southampton are winning 1-0 at the moment, if that brings joy to anyone. It's football. Meh. I personally don't enjoy the football. I know that there's millions that do, so if you are enjoying it, then you're definitely enjoying it at the moment. Southampton are winning. Also, the virtual pub doesn't slow down just because there's football on. We've got a pretty strict time schedule. And the Parrys are in. Very good evening to you. Watson's play at Pompey. We're an SO postcode. No, you cheer for whatever you want. And the Chesters are here as well. Very good evening to you. Anyway, I suppose it's about time I give you some pictures. And the Troutons are here. Very good evening to you as well. Let me give you some pictures for this evening. I very simply need you to name the sitcom. So name the sitcom is this week's picture round. Yep, name the sitcom. Or TV show, however you want to call it. yeah, name me the sitcom / TV show. Other than that, you've got 10 minutes, and I will see you very, very soon. Oh, Julie Chester, are you here? Happy birthday. 21st, 22nd? Do I need to ask?
Happy birthday!
Do I need to ask how old you are, Julie? Are you 21, 22? Maybe 23? Guessing you can't be older than 23. Must be 21. That's my guess. Yeah, Julie Chester, if you are with us, a very happy birthday to you. Let us know how you've spent your birthday. How you've been celebrating. Well, no, Mark, that's why I said she was 21. That's why I said she was 21. Anyway, just before we move on to the main portion, let's get the old tradition out of the way. There we go. There's the tradition out of the way. Drinking mostly. Well, in which case she's probably had a very good birthday. Surprised she's not napping by now then. Although she might have got the second win ready for the Waltham Chase pub quiz. Which the main portion of the quiz is kicking off in about 60 seconds time. So make sure everyone is ready. Well, in fact, speaking of ready, because it's going to take 60 seconds for everyone to get their comments in. If you're ready to kick off this week's pub quiz, you know what to do. Go in the comments, type the words ready. Or type in the word ready. That'll do. We don't need words. Word will do. Type the you're ready in the chat. And let's kick off with this week's virtual pub quiz. Don't all rush at once. Excellent. Let's bring up the help sheet as always. Right, let's kick off with question number 1. What were the names of the 3 White Star Line Olympic class ocean liners? 1 point for each correct answer. I will pop that up on the help sheet for you, don't worry. What were the names of the 3 White Star Line Olympic class ocean liners? 1 point for each correct answer. Question number 2. In which film is there a US President, Arnold Schwarzenegger? So in which film is there a United States President, Arnold Schwarzenegger? That's question number 2. Question number 3. I love PowerPoint sometimes. Name the 3 American female singers whose last name begins with the letter S, who have had 4 or more #1 hit songs in the US charts. 1 point for each correct answer. So name the 3 American female singers whose last name begins with the letter S, who have had 4 or more #1 hit songs in the US. 1 point for each correct answer. Question number 4. Which small edible fish is named after a large European island? So which small edible fish is named after a large European island? Question number 5. Coined by a 9-year-old, what is the name for the 1 digit, or for the digit 1, followed by 100 zeros? So, coined by a 9-year-old, what is the name for the digit 1, followed by 100 zeros? So a number 1, 100 zeros after it. What's that called? Everyone should know that one. Question number 6. Which woman once married to Maurice Gibb of the Bee Gees was the first British female singer to appear behind the Iron Curtain? So which woman once married to Maurice Gibb of the Bee Gees was the first British female singer to appear behind the Iron Curtain? Question number 7. What kind of tuna commands the highest prices at Tokyo's famous fish markets? So what kind of tuna commands the highest prices at Tokyo's famous fish markets? Question number 8. The King of Spades, Diamonds and Clubs has one, but the King of Hearts doesn't. What? The King of Spades, Diamonds and Clubs has one, but the King of Hearts doesn't. Have what? Question number 9. What is the Japanese word for way of the sword? Question number 9. What is the Japanese word for way of the sword? Question number 10. In song, what are the names of... Just make sure I get this right. In song, what are the name of Liliaka, Nancy McGill's two boyfriends? Half a point for each. So in song, what are the names of Liliaka, Nancy McGill's two boyfriends? Liliaka. However you want to pronounce it. Question number 11. What, according to an Egyptologist and archaeologist, T.M. Davies, is the only known food that keeps indefinitely in its raw form, having found a perfectly preserved 3,300-year-old entombed specimen? So what, according to Egyptologist and archaeologist T.M. Davies, is the only known food that keeps indefinitely in its raw form, having found a perfectly preserved 3,300-year entombed specimen? Yes, number 10 you can have on the help sheet. That's fine. Yeah, number 10 is on the help sheet now. So we've got Tiffany, Honey and Kissy. What were the names or last names of each of the following Bond girls? We've got Tiffany, Honey and Kissy. Question number 13. Seen on a prescription, which abbreviation means twice a day? So seen on a prescription, which abbreviation means twice a day? Question number 14. Cog, Pram, Quangmaria, Na, Proa and Shabak and Bareem were all examples of what? Cog, Pram, Quinn Marine, Nah, Proa, and Shubak and Bareem were all examples of what? And I do apologise, we are going to cut this week's quiz short. Unfortunately, I have no control over it. We are just going to have to cut this week's quiz short. Question number 15. In 1995, a rule change was introduced making non-European eligible for the European Footballer of the Year award. Name the first 3 non-European winners after this rule change. 1 point for each answer. I hate to do this, but I am going to have to pull a halt to this week's Waltham Chase Virtual Pub Quiz. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go through the answers, or go through the questions, sorry, and then we will go through the answers. I'm ever sorry, but we are going to be limiting to 15 questions this week, plus the pitch, obviously. I'm ever so sorry, but we will be back in 5 minutes with the answers. The kitchens, don't worry, everything is fine. Unfortunately, it's something I've got to deal with urgently. I can't really say any more than that. But yeah, no, it's fine. Debbie. Oh, you've got a chat this week. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, no, Abby, all is okay. It's just something I need to deal with very, very urgently. And don't really need to discuss on the screen anyway. If you'd like any questions number 1 to 15 repeated, please let me know in the chat. And I'll quickly go through them. Next week we will resume normality. I do apologise. This week is going to have to be cut short. I can't control that. Let's give you all the answers for this. Send to back. So yep, they're the answers. Number 1 was The Office. Number 2 was Fawlty Towers. Number 3 was The In-Betweeners. Number 4 was The IT Crowd. Number 5 was Only Fools and Horses. Number 6 was Blackadder. Number 7 was I'm Alan Partridge. Number 8 was Extras. Number 9 was Men Behaving Badly. And 10 was Spaced. Nice and easy. Let's go through the questions. Question number 1. The 3 answers were Titanic, Olympic and Britannic. Yes, originally named Gigantic, so you can have either or. Number 2 was The Simpsons movie. Yes, believe it or not, The Simpsons movie. Let's bring the help sheet back up. Number 3 was Barbra Streisand, Britney Spears and Donna Summer. Number 4 was Sardine, as in after Sardinia. So Sardine was the answer. Number 5 was a Google. Number 6 was Lulu. Number 7, believe it or not, that's a bluefin. 8 was a moustache. 9 was Kendo. 10 was Rocky Raccoon and Dan. Number 11 was Honey. And number 12, you had 3 answers. They were Case, Ryder, Suzuki. Number 13 was BID, as in Biz and Die. Number 14 was Sailing Vessels. And number 15, you had 3 answers once again, which were George Way, Ronaldo and Rivaldo. So George Way, Ronaldo and Rivaldo. Anyway, hope everyone did okay this week and did well. I apologise, it's going to have to be cut short. Unfortunately, I have no control. But we will be back, obviously, same time next week with normal procedures. Just unfortunately this week we cannot proceed as is. But thank you very much, Steve, for joining us. Oh, 10 mostly from the pictures, blimey. Yeah, no, obviously thank you for joining in this week. I will see you next week as normal. And we'll do a double giveaway next week because obviously we can't do one this week. But thank you very much indeed for taking part. Jesters was 16, that's fantastic already.